Last night, you dreamed about something. Maybe you don't remember it. Maybe you do. Your brain built an entire world while you were unconscious, and then it did something strange. It let almost all of it disappear the moment you opened your eyes. But the real answer to why you dream is far stranger than forgetting a story. Your ancestors dreamed too, every single night, for hundreds of thousands of years, before language had words for it, before anyone could write it down. And for a long time, scientists assumed dreams were just noise, random electrical static, a side effect of a resting brain. That assumption turned out to be wrong. Start with what a dream actually is. Your brain, during REM sleep, becomes almost as active as it is when you're awake. Blood flow increases. Neurons fire in complex patterns. Your eyes move rapidly beneath closed lids, tracking scenes that don't exist. Meanwhile, your body is paralyzed. A brainstem structure locks your muscles so you can't act out what you're imagining. You are, in a very real sense, trapped inside a fully rendered simulation. Why would evolution build something this elaborate and this costly just to throw it away by morning? Finnish cognitive scientist Antti Revonsuo had a theory. He called it the threat simulation theory of dreaming. His idea was simple, but it reframed everything. Dreams, he argued, aren't random. They're rehearsal. Ancient humans who dreamed about predators, about conflict, about danger, were running practice scenarios in a space with zero real-world risk. A brain that could simulate a leopard in the dark and simulate the response to it might react faster when a real leopard showed up. Fear, tested safely, becomes fear that's ready. Revonsuo studied thousands of recorded dreams across cultures and found something consistent. Threatening events show up in dreams far more often than they do in waking life. Chases, falls, confrontations, not evenly distributed either. Children dream about predators more than adults do. People living through real danger, war zones, unstable environments report more threat-based dreams than people in safety. That's not a coincidence. That's a brain calibrating itself to the world it expects to wake up in. But threat simulation isn't the whole picture. Because ancient humans weren't only dreaming about danger, they were dreaming about each other. This is where anthropologist Carol Worthman's work becomes important. Worthman spent years studying sleep across small-scale societies, including hunter-gatherer groups whose sleep patterns closely resemble what researchers believe ancient humans experienced for most of history. What she found is that pre-industrial sleep wasn't the solid 8-hour block modern people assume it always was. It was fragmented, communal. People slept in groups, around a fire, with multiple wakings through the night. And here's the detail that matters. Those wakings weren't wasted time. They were social time. A brief return to consciousness, a few murmured words, sometimes shared dream content, then back to sleep. Which means dreaming, for most of human history, wasn't private the way it is for you. Your dreams tonight will likely stay locked inside your own head, maybe mentioned once over coffee, then forgotten. For your ancestors, dreams were often communal property, told around the fire, interpreted together, woven into the group's shared understanding of the world. A frightening dream wasn't just processed alone. It was processed out loud, with other people helping make sense of it. That changes what dreaming was actually for. It wasn't just a private rehearsal space, it was a social one too. Researcher David Samson, who has spent years studying sleep among the Hadza of Tanzania and the BaYaka of the Congo Basin, two of the last remaining hunter-gatherer societies on Earth, found something that reshaped how scientists think about ancient rest itself. Samson recorded actual sleep patterns using wearable trackers, not surveys, not guesses, real physiological data, and what he found broke a popular myth. Hunter-gatherers don't sleep dramatically more than people in industrialized societies. Some nights, they sleep less. What they do differently is fall asleep and wake up in sync with actual darkness and light, with almost no artificial light disrupting the signal. Their sleep is shorter, but it's aligned. Yours is longer, on paper, but constantly fighting against a glowing rectangle telling your brain it's still daytime. Here's the twist. If ancient sleep was communal, fragmented, and firelit, and dreaming inside it was social rehearsal for danger and connection, then the isolated, silent, screen-lit version of sleep you experience tonight is the anomaly, not the norm. You are the outlier in the story of human rest, not your ancestors. Think about what actually interrupts your sleep now. Not the sound of a predator in the brush, not the need to check on the fire, a notification, a blue light, a racing thought about tomorrow's schedule that has no clear resolution and nobody to say it out loud to. Your threat simulation system, the same one Revonsuo described, the same one that once rehearsed leopards and rival tribes, is still running. It just doesn't have leopards anymore. So it runs on deadlines, on arguments you didn't finish, on the vague, low-grade anxiety of modern life replayed in symbolic form while you sleep. That's why anxiety dreams so often feel absurd, but emotionally exact. You're not being chased by a monster because your brain thinks monsters are real. You're being chased because your nervous system needed somewhere to put a threat it couldn't resolve while awake, and it borrowed the oldest software it had. The same circuitry that once helped a Pleistocene human survive an actual predator is now quietly rehearsing your inbox. And the social piece hasn't disappeared either. It's just been stripped down. You might tell a partner about a strange dream over breakfast. You might scroll past a meme about a recurring nightmare and feel a flicker of recognition. But you no longer sit in a circle with your entire social group, night after night, turning fear into shared story. That communal processing loop, the one Worthman documented, has largely been replaced with silence. You wake up and the dream just dissolves, unprocessed, into the pressure of the day. So what did ancient humans actually dream about? Not so differently from you, in substance. Fear, people, unfinished situations. The difference isn't the content, it's the context. Their dreams were rehearsed inside a body that slept in rhythm with real darkness, and processed inside a group that talked about it afterward. Yours are rehearsed inside a body confused about when night even starts, and processed by nobody at all. None of this means you need a fire circle or a hunter-gatherer's schedule, but the next time you wake from a dream that felt oddly intense, oddly specific, oddly like it was trying to tell you something, consider what it actually is. Not static, not nonsense. A 400,000-year-old survival system still running in the dark, still trying to keep you safe from threats that no longer exist in the shape it remembers them. Last night, you dreamed about something. It wasn't random. It was ancient.